Hello and welcome, I am Carynx and this is Dark Souls 3. We are back in Firelink Shrine after I finished recording the previous online play video, which would be the second one in the playlist. And as usual, we've gotten quite a few souls out of it, so I am a higher level than I was beforehand. But of course, I didn't make any kind of progress. Right, I believe we had some item descriptions left to read. But it's been a couple of days, so it's not as though as I really remember. Human Pine Reason. We've had that for some time, didn't we? The Rotten Pine Reason should be decently new, as we've got that one in the Farron Swamp. Pine Reason that is rotted and turned poisonous. Likely rotten from the start. That's pleasant. Temporarily applies poison to right-hand weapon. Farron Keep was swallowed by the rotten wood. Or the blunt-toned Grus concoct this reason. The end, much like the Gru themselves. They also do poison damage. Wolf's Blood, Swordgrass. I believe that's new enough. A leaf signifying a duty fulfilled by the watchdogs of Farron, who stand beside the old wolf to ensure the serenity of those at rest. Depicts a swordgrass leaf, stained with dried blood. Long ago, the swordgrass leaf quietly identified members of the Undead Legion. In the rotted forest rest the spirits of warriors past. The acceptance of and gratitude toward their guardians is expressed eloquently by the humble leaf. Yeah, it's the Covenant item for the Watchdogs of Farron, of course. Which we did have a bit of a play at last time around. It's sad to see I was only able to get one of them though. We easily would have had a second successful invasion as well. Except one of the hosts decided to crash the game right toward the end. Deep Gems, those are new. We must have found one of them at the Evangelist in the Cathedral last time. And the second one, I've no idea where I got that one from. Anyway, found in the dregs of the Cathedral of the Deep. Used an infusion to create deep weapons. Deep weapons inflict dark damage but lose scaling effects. There's a darkness that lies beyond human ken. This is interesting to me from a gameplay standpoint because in the previous iterations it was basically fire damage and the lightning infusion that used to remove scaling effects from your weapon. Except lightning weapons still have scaling in this in Dark Souls 3. Along with additional faith scaling even, I believe. Whereas now it's fire and dark that doesn't have any scaling on it. Curious. And yeah, of course we have the deep battle axe I found near the start of the game as well. And that's a pretty easy way to get yourself an infused weapon early on if you didn't pick the fire gem. Speaking of weapons, there should be some new items in here, such as the Executioner's Greatsword, that is definitely new. Greatsword of a debauched executioner used for beheadings. This sword retains a keen memory of its executioner's duty, and absorbs FP from each fallen foe. And, as many greatswords do, it has the stump weapon out. And going another size up, we've got the Astora Greatsword, which is actually an UGS. And this greatsword bestowed only upon the elite knights is a relic of the ruined land of Astora, designed for focus and thrust attacks. And this sword is hard and sharp, but not unusually heavy. Yeah, it actually is pretty light for a ultra great sword. If you just look at weapons like the Great Axe itself, it easily has twice the weight that the Astora Greatsword has. That does make quite a difference at the end of the day. Pike. We've had this, hadn't we? Oh yeah, the notched whip is definitely new. We found that one in the bonfire room at the cathedral. It's a whip with fancy spikes on it. A whip with thorny spikes that shred skin, causing heavy bleeding. And the cleansing chapel uses whips such as these in order to produce the drops and puddles to wipe clean during its rituals. And of course it has the impact weapon out as well. Does actually seem to have higher base damage as the standard whip as well. But then again it also has worse stat scaling, so there is a trade-off. Still, it does have some bonus bleed on it, which is nice. Yes, you're new. The Saint Tree Bellvine. A sacred chime for casting miracles of the gods. A bellvine cut from a small saint tree that has been meticulously tended to. Saint tree bellvines are customary in the far north, and allow for faster casting than ordinary sacred chimes. Well, that is true, but the trade-off is that it has really low spell buff. I mean, especially now it does, because we don't meet the faith requirement for it. But also when you do, this thing has pretty low spell buff compared to other chimes and talismans. But it does let you cast miracles, well, magic in general, regardless of in which hand you're holding the bellvine, as if you had a significantly higher amount of dexterity. Well, you could just put on the sage ring instead. Speaking of, there's still a bunch of shields and the like that we picked up in the crucifixion modes that in the raid. Such as the Golden Falcon shield, and of course the Spider shield too. A metal shield fashioned in the form of a falcon with wings outstretched. The Golden Falcon was the emblem of an ancient band of sellswords, and even to this day, many mercenaries remain who look upon it as a token of good fortune. Well, it's a token of bad stats. It's twice the strength requirement of the iron round shield and it's even heavier, but it's not really better in any way. There's this 1%. It does better in the non-physical absorption territory. There's 1 point more stability, but it's not really a worthwhile trade-off at all. Assuming this to be a Dark Souls 2 item in any case. And of course we have the Spider Shield. A shield bearing a large etching of a spider. Shields of this style are commonly used by savage mountain bandits and offer high resistance to poison. And it is a weapon skill shield. But its physical absorption is not even 100%. Still, it does outperform the Silver Eagle Kite shield in most elemental territories, with the exception of lightning. Oh yeah, and there's way more stability as well. Assume it's just like in the first game, the Spider Shield just blocks any poison status effects. Was very useful in Blighttown. Oh yeah, and speaking of weapon skill shields, we also have the Curse Ward Great Shield. That has a lot of stability. And a lot of damage absorption as well, as you would expect from a Great Shield. Great shield given to those who resisted the curse long ago. Assume that's in reference to the curse of undead. Far too heavy for an ordinary person, perhaps it signifies the foolishness of resisting the curse. And yet, those bear the weight of this shield will not find its protection against curses wanting. In general, you are not gonna find the protection of the shield to be wanting. It's doing a pretty decent job in all territories. There are probably some great shields out there, but this is one of the earliest you can access, aside from the really light one over this way. The weight difference is enormous though. This is also the Pursuer shield from Dark Souls 2, is it not? I'm convinced it is. Anyway, anything else that is new this way? I don't believe so. We've read the Santa's Crown before, and know that. Oh, the Fallen Knight armor. We've had this one in our possession for some time, but I don't think I've ever bothered to read it. And of course we've got the Herald set now as well. Fallen Knight armor of an Order of Fallen Knights. That line confused me. Armor of an Order of Fallen Knights who disbanded and fled, but met untimely deaths. The drab tattered cloth conceals tough black metal, which provides dependable protection from fire. It's just possible to make out the majestic golden engravings on its surface. Yeah, if you look at it in detail, it looks like a worn down version of the Elite Knight set with additional cloth wrapped around it. It is notably lighter than any other knight armor though, it's more of a medium set. And yeah, of course it has decent fire protection. But so does this. Yeah, you can look at the difference in weight. 9.2 to 15. This is definitely more the medium territory. And of course we have the Herald armor as well. Steel armor with a pure white cape. The signature of Heralds of the Way of White. Protection made from steel has excellent physical absorption, but is found lacking against blunt strikes and lightning damage. And usually frost as well, though the frost defense of this armor does not seem that poor. A Lothric Knight armor is ridiculous in terms of defense. Yeah, this is the starting set for the Herald class, of course, along with the kite shield and a spear. There isn't anything else here in terms of equipment to look at. In terms of rings, I believe it's just a Sage ring that is still new. Yeah, I don't recall reading you. A ring given to Farron's undead legion by one of the Preacher twins, known more commonly as the Crystal Sages. Shortened spellcasting time. The sorcerers of Farron's Abyss Watchers were known to be lonesome warriors who would only rely upon more pragmatic spells. And of course this ring boosts your casting speed to a degree as if you had 30 dexterity. It's not really useful when you do actually approach 30 dexterity on your end, because it's not additive. It rather just puts your spellcasting speed at a level if you did have 30 dexterity. So when you actually reach those stats of your own accord, it basically gets nullified. And the Poison Bite ring. This item is also new. We uncovered this one within the depths of the graveyard before the Cathedral of the Deep. And it reads effectively the identical text of the Bloodbite one, except it eloquently points out that it increases poison resistance. as it would. And Blue Sentinels have definitely read you, but the Watchdogs of Farron might be new enough. Ancient medallion depicting the crest of a wolf symbolizes the pact of the old Wolf of Farron. Equipped to pledge oneself to the Watchdogs of Farron, the Watchdogs ensure that the warriors sleep in serenity, taking the form of loyal spirits and hunting down those who trespass the woods of Farron. Summoning takes place automatically while this is equipped. Yeah, ganking Covenant. It's fun. Anyway, let me just take a drink and then we will return to the Cathedral of the Deep, I suppose. Right. Actually, I have a better idea, before we go back to the cathedral itself. Yes, the tower on the wall, it's already pre-selected. We're gonna do the same thing I did at the end of the last Unknown episode, and that's make another brief visit to our dark ray friend in the deepest cell of all Lufric. I've gotten pretty proficient at quickly beating him up at this point. Throwing knives. Well, they're always useful to have. You take quite a beating still. Anyway, I need to replace my shield with the I need to replace you with the Crystal City's Rapier in order to boost my item discovery some. Of course I want to apply magic weapon to the right hand as well. And then throw into the mix a rusted coin. Let's make quick work of this dark wraith. Okay, get out of there. That's a bit messier than usual. And you dropped exactly nothing. Well, it's a shame. I put my item discovery all the way up to, what should it be right now, 210? It's the second time you didn't drop anything at all. I'm very sad. But I will get the drop that I am anxiously looking for one day. One of these days we'll get our quarry. But for now we're gonna return to the Cathedral of the Deep and continue doing that which we should be doing, which is making progress. Don't think I'm going to bother with any kind of co-op at the moment, because I've done... Oh, so now you wake up. We have done plenty of that already. We have done plenty of co-op already in the Cathedral of the Deep. Yeah, I'm not surprised to be able to see Lufric Castle here, but I was just thinking in my head. Doesn't matter where you are in the game, the thing is always looming above your head. Even from here, in the Cleansing Chapel. Gale. You know, let's just unlock the entrance to the Ashes of Ariandel DLC real quick so I don't have to sit through Gale's dialogue all the time.
Wait, you've the same scent as that woman. Then you must be an ashen one. You must be. Oh, you don't know how long I've searched.
Are you done?
Oh, don't mind me. Didn't mean to fall apart. Now, Ashen One, I have a kindness to ask of you. My lady lives in the cold land of Ariandel. I need you to show her flame. A proper flame that will burn the rot away. If you truly are ash, then it must be fire that you seek.
In a sense. But yeah, let's accept and pull a Dark Souls 1.
Ah, thank you. They of ash never fail.
His lips don't move.
Just a moment, then.
Don't know what the...
Of Ariandel. Well, rotted scrap of it, that is. Go on. Take it. Touch it.
And into the painted world we disappear.
Ashes were too.
That's a sinister laugh. But yeah, I was gonna say I'm not exactly sure what the deal with NPCs not having token animations is. But it's been a consistent thing in most of FromSoft's Soulsborne titles. I guess people just don't move their mouths. But anyway, here we are in the painted world. And we're gonna quickly disappear from here again as well. Didn't mean to wake you up, buddy. But let's do have a brief talk, since we're here.
Have you just arrived? How very unusual. Just how long has it been? Rejoice, my new friend. For this is a true haven of the forlorn, the cold and gentle painted world of Ariandel. Quick, go along. Find one for yourself. A sweetly rotting bed to lie upon.
Well, if indeed found a rotten bed to lie upon, assume that's what this peculiar pull-up stuff from the back is supposed to be.
You're no exception. We've all seen terrible things. But you're safe now. Let it ease your burden. Ariandel will make a fine home for you. So, go on ahead. Find one for yourself. A sweetly rotting bed to lie upon.
Yeah, I've seen terrible things. For instance, there was this one guy in co-op who decided not to wear pants. That's not an experience I needed to see. I mean, think about the Fashion Souls possibilities. And of course that's the developer message here. And yeah, before one faces the painting, one should face the depths of Lothric Castle. That is one of the less subtle hints the game gives you. But I like that they nonetheless make this DLC available so early. It's like they're tempting you. Pretty sure that was audible on the mic. A wee little burp. I do have a glass of Coke standing next to me. Once a user wearing the Claymore combined with the full Knight set, and I think that's a crest shield, but I can't tell properly. What are you using? Okay, that's bog standard Knight starting armor, which is fine in its own way. Where am I going? Already unlocked one of the shortcuts. We don't need to go for the graveyard again. I mean, you're not wrong. Right, we already cleared the way to this shortcut, but we didn't go any further than this place. No, I think I didn't even collect the deep gem around the corner yet, did I? Pretty sure I didn't. Anyway, do I have the... yeah, I have the flame stone plate ring on, that is good. I don't think I collected this deep gem yet. Let me remedy that. Oh. I'm impressed you missed. Missed of the Bible thump. Yeah, another deep gem. In that case I'm completely at a loss as to where I found the previous two. They must have dropped off of something. Something, someone. Doesn't rightly matter. Wasn't gonna get got by that. Anyway, Giant's still alive from our end, so I think we'll... one could fight him from up above, but I think we'll just play the dodging game. That's not very nice of you. We'll come back for the items up there another time when the giant is out of the way. It'll be a very quick trip back here from the bonfire anyway. So you fought. Right, onward we go. This way first. Clear the little guys here. That leaves just you. Annoying little buggers. Seek guidance. That's useful. Right, this down here is going to be a chamber with the first Cathedral Knight. Shouldn't there also be exploding bolts lying here somewhere? Or did I already pick them up? No, I didn't. Could have sworn they were lying here, but perhaps they're further up. Anyway, got another evangelist to deal with. And the other guy's gone from here. Must have fallen down. Yeah, he did. I'm just curious about the damage. Negligible is what that is. Guess we'll just fight him down below and then come back up with the items after we've done so. An ember. Oh no, you know where the exploding crossbow bolts are lying? I'm pretty sure it's the corpse that's dangling off the side of the cliff that way. Well, not like I really need them for anything at all. Yeah, let's not fall down the ladder. Wouldn't be the first time I mentioned just straight walk off of this one. Right, next up, Mimic. What does it do with the cathedral after deep and having one powerful foe after another? But we are going to prepare for this one to the best of our abilities. Missed the third one. There we go. Get some free hits in. Deep Braille Divine Tome. That is one thing we should not get anywhere near to Arena if we intend to finish a story on good terms. Anyway, little thralls already dealt with, so my only concern here will be the Cathedral Knight and the deep Accursed it hides beyond. But let's go. These guys are not particularly tough. Can I get out of here, please? Did you just heal yourself? So much for they're not that tough, right? Don't remember being guard broken so easily by them. But then again, I don't have as much stamina as I would usually. Well, 18 endurance. It's not like I have that small amount of stamina either. Yeah. Here we are. How about we rebuff that for a moment? So yeah, the deep Accursed. These guys are a fun bunch. Yeah, I don't want your curse damage. There we go. Fortunately, these guys don't respawn. Yeah, so these guys pretty much deal regular physical damage, but the main threat is that all of the attacks are also building up curse. They stagger very easily from being hit in the face, which you can use to your advantage. Yeah, Kirk is gonna invade here, isn't he? Here he is. Okay, Kirk is not a pushover in any case. But as usual, I want spams to do the trick. Right, here's the giant. Time to fell that one. Yeah, praise whatever this sludge is supposed to be. I keep saying things are not that challenging, but yeah, these giants really aren't extremely challenging. Just don't lock on and beware of the stomp attacks. I have no idea how that was able to hit me. There we go, that took long enough. These guys also don't respawn though. So I've got free reign of the area above now. Thanks for dung pies. That's just what I would have wanted. There's also quite a lot of item pickups around here, so we're gonna go take care of these real quick and then make a beeline for the next shortcut. I am pretty much out of Estus at this point, but we should still be easily able to reach that. Leg. I'm not sure what you're trying to tell me. Yeah, I've got some nice double doors here. And these don't lead back around to the entrance there, as one might suspect. Rather, they just lead out to some balcony on the backside. And of course there's Loughra Castle, as usual. Saint Violent. Not exactly sure if this is on the side of something that we can recognize, but pretty sure this is out the back with just random foliage down below it. No, this does actually look like the Farron Swamp further in, but the area immediately below us is not related to it. Anyway, let's go. We don't have much further to go until we reach next shortcut. Those chandeliers are pretty fancy. Alright. Let's wait for these guys to... Something to stagger on me, I'm pretty sure. Not here. Here. This is going to raise one of these walls up. Not exactly sure what the purpose of them is, but the giants couldn't get through there. So, hooray. Alright, just around the corner now, and the next shortcut should be right up ahead. Yes, leads us back around to where we already were, down below, where we found the poison bite ring. But this passage over this way leads us back into the cleansing chapel, which is where we want to go. And here I think I'm going to end the episode. So we'll see you guys next time around, back in Firelink Shrine.